Hey guys, this is Vacations, and welcome to a little VHS update. Not a little one, because I'm splitting my VHS and Blu-ray DVD Blu-ray updates into two parts, separate parts. One's for VHS and one's for DVD exclusively. As you can see, the quality is not as good as my HD earlier video. It's because, well, my camera's charging right now, and I'm still trying to figure out exactly how to do updates right, because I did a whole update video, but basically the entire time I was showing you VHS tapes like this, so you only saw like just half of the box, which I'm not going to do that. I just cannot do that. It makes it look like, for one, I don't know what the hell I'm doing, and two, you don't get to see the whole VHS tape. So anyway, so without further ado, we'll start, shall we? Haven't done a VHS update in a while, so here we go. First off, Witchouse. You've already seen it, here you get to see it again. This is a movie I also have on DVD, but this came with a lot I won on eBay a while back, so, you know, it's a full moon flick. It has a video zone on it that talks about the making of the film, and those are always fun, so I'll probably keep it just for the video zone, which I think is also on the DVD, but I don't know for sure. But yeah, Witchouse. But, you know, evil beyond evil. Doesn't look like the greatest movie, but, you know. The trailer looked decent for me. I don't know what it was. I'm just kind of a sucker for full moon flicks, no matter how shitty they are. So anyway, that's Witchouse. Here's another full moon flick, one the same lot. It was actually a lot that was exclusively full moon entertainment movies. And it's called Horror Vision. Horror Vision, the new vision of horror, has arrived. Now this one is directed by Danny Draven, who I think directed some other pretty bad flicks. It's like 85 minutes, but I think this also has a video zone on it, but I'm not sure. This one looks somewhat watchable, I guess. I mean, comparison to other full moon flicks, like I'll get into later, I mean, this looks pretty tame, or it necessarily looks definitely like it's somewhat watchable at least. Some of the other ones just look like total pieces of shit. This one looks okay. Looks like it might be a time waster. So that's Terror Vision. Horror Vision, not Terror Vision. Terror Vision's a whole nother movie entirely that I don't have. Here we have Rick Springfield's Hard to Hold. Yeah, I got this one because, well, the other copy that I have is basically it's moldy, so it doesn't work. Because it's moldy, so I got one that isn't moldy, and I don't know, it's Rick Springfield's movie. I'll give it a look. It probably is a piece of shit, but, you know me, for really cheap, why not, you know, so Hard to Hold. It's hard for me to hold up that VHS tape with a straight face and be like, yeah, I buy Hard to Hold. I'm such a badass. Here we have a real rarity. This is a film called Matilda, and this is only on VHS. I got this for $1, which is really cheap, considering I like the cheap. I think the price has gone down a little bit on Amazon, but this is a really rare movie, and this movie's only on VHS, and for good reason, because as you can see by the cover here, it's a movie about a boxing kangaroo. Yep, Boxing Kangaroo, the knockout comedy of the year. Yeah, right, knockout comedy of the year, my ass. This movie is notorious for like being one of the worst movies ever made. It was actually featured in Michael Medved's book, the Golden, Turkey Awards, which was a precursor to the Razzie Awards. I mean, look at that. That looks pretty stupid. That looks pretty bad. Anyway, I couldn't believe I found it for $1 because I couldn't believe, because I completely forgot about the film. I'm like, whenever I think of Matilda, I usually would think of that movie, that Danny DeVito directed based on the Roald Dahl book. But then I saw this because all I saw was basically this side right here without seeing them, I saw it like this on the shelf. And I'm like, Matilda, what? What Matilda is this? And I'm like, it's a Vestron release, so it can't be that one. And I pulled up oh my god, it's that movie. And I'm really curious about this movie, definitely. And I think I've already done a video talking about this, because I did another DVD update. But you know what? I don't really care. Because this is a really rare movie, and I just thought I'd showcase it a little more. And basically, the gist of the plot is that, I'm just read the synopsis on the back, because it has to be heard to be believed. You may not believe your eyes, but it's true. That's a real live kangaroo, Matilda, squaring off on the ring with the champ for the world's heavyweight boxing crown. How did it happen? Well, it's a very, very funny story. One that will delight your entire family. Elliot Gould, The Silent Partner, which is a movie I've never seen him in. I pretty much remember Elliot Gould for a couple episodes he was in of the 80s Twilight Zone, and he was also in a little bit part in the Tales from the Dark Side movie. And I remember him hosting SNL a few times. That's pretty much all I really remember with Elliot Gould. Is the booking agent. Clive Revel is the trainer, which, why does Clive Revel sound familiar? Like, can somebody refresh my memory? Like, that name sounds really familiar to me. I don't think it's the same guy who played the mad scientist, Dr. Frankenstein and Frankenstein. I don't think it's that guy. I don't think it's the guy who's like, it's alive! I don't think it's that guy, but I don't know. That's the kind of thing that's popping into my head. It's probably not the same guy. Robert Mitchum is a sports columnist, and Harry Gordino is the mafia big shot whose champ they set out to defeat. But they couldn't do it without the knockout charm of Matilda, the most lovable kangaroo to ever hit the ropes. It's not really a real kangaroo. Now, it is true that there are boxing kangaroos. There's footage of it on YouTube all over the place. But in this movie, though, it's a dude in a suit. In a pretty cheap-looking suit. Like I've already shown you right here. It's a pretty cheap-ass looking suit. Now, before Matilda can face off with the champ, though, they've got to elude the mob's hitmen, con the fight commissioner, played by Roy Clark, into giving Matilda a boxing license, and convince the beautiful ASPCA supporter that Matilda is the best-kept kangaroo in town. Not to worry. In this warm-hearted comedy, everyone comes out like a champ, except you, the viewer, because you're going to be in pain. Watching this movie is probably going to be the equivalent of getting punched in the face by a kangaroo. But, yeah, I will definitely review this sometime for maybe like some what the fuck month. Just full of movies that just make you go, what the fuck? And this is definitely one of those what the fuck movies. Boxing kangaroo, what the hell? So that's Matilda. We have another full moon flick, Sideshow. It looks like shit. This one looks really bad. It's another one of those films that for some reason Richard Band, he not only likes dolls, but he also likes little people. And he likes to put little people in horror films for some reason. And it's not scary. Like The Creeps. I mean, that movie was a piece of shit too. So I'm just saying this does not look good at all. Might have some decent makeup effects, but it doesn't mean it's a good flick. But it was part of a lot that I got because it was cheap and I like full moon flicks, so at least I can say I have it. Who knows? Maybe I'll have some fun with it. It's directed by Fred Olen Ray, who I guess changed his name to Fred O. Ray here because I guess he doesn't like to be called Fred Olen Ray anymore by the time he directed this for some reason. But yeah, that's Sideshow, directed by Fred O. Ray. Here we have, these movies suck ass. I mean, even the worst regular film full moon flick is not nearly as shitty as their spin-off, big city releasing, output like this, like Killjoy. I mean, I haven't seen this movie, but I've seen the trailers, I've seen reviews of it. This looks like a piece of fucking shit. This looks terrible. This doesn't even look like so bad it's good. It just looks awful. And I have it on DVD too, but the aspect ratio is really horrible. So you zoom in on wide fit, and you might as well just watch the VHS. Yeah, there's 3 of these movies. So there's the first one. He's not clowning around. Some really stupid ass idea of like an urban killer clown or some shit that's killing rappers or drug dealers. Like, I don't give a shit. I guarantee when I see this movie, this is what I'm gonna do with this movie if I ever watch this. Because I do not think I'm at all going to enjoy the experience. Same thing for this. For Killjoy 2. He's back for seconds. The name is perfect. Killjoy. Because probably this movie will kill any joy you might have watching movies. Because these movies will suck so much shit that it will suck the fun out of them. Hence why it's called Killjoy. So, yeah, there's this. I don't have hope for this one either. So, there you go. That's my opinion on Killjoy. At least the first 2 films. Well, that's the review. No. I'll watch them sometime, but not anytime soon. Here we have a film that I've been wanting to get my hands on for a while now, and I was really psyched to get this for pretty cheap on eBay. This is a film called Savage Dawn. This stars George Kennedy and Richard Lynch and Kevin Buck, and it's a media release. And you know, I always like the cover art. I think Lance Henriksen is also in this. Basically, just the plot is this: Karen Black is also in it. What the hell did I say? This Karen Beak? Did I say Karen Beak? Who the hell is Karen Beak? Armageddon has come to Agua Dulce. The savages are a thundering horde of motorcycle marauders who have invaded the isolated desert town, and the streets are ablaze with their barbaric brand of violence. When a band of townspeople defy the reign of terror, the raiders prepare to obliterate the town with an armada of plundered war machines, but they are prepared for Shrieker. A Special Forces war veteran, a tightly coiled one-man army, Shrieker is the perfect fighting machine. All he needs is a reason to go back into battle, a reason to start another war, and when the savages start killing his friends, they give Shrieker just the reason he needs. So, yeah, that's Savage Dawn. So I've always wanted to see this one, so I'll definitely give this a look sometime. That's Savage Dawn. Here you have another full moon flick that came in the full moon lot. The Killer Eye, which looks like a piece of shit as well. I mean, just looking at this, does this look like a good movie? The answer probably is a big fat no. And then, look at it right here. That doesn't look very good. Look at the effects of that. This is so fucking cheap. It looks like shit. What? It looks like effects from like Nemesis 3. They hired the same effects artist from Nemesis 3 and 4? Really? But yeah, this looks horrible. But any movie with a giant killer eyeball is terrible. I don't think I've seen one that's been any good because it's a stupid idea. It's not scary. Here's looking at you. Why don't you look at my ass? Because that's rather what I'd want to watch rather than a movie about a killer eyeball. Anyway, here we have the first Meatballs, which I picked up because, well, it's Meatballs. And by the way, the camera, I updated the brightness on here because there's not a lot of light in here, so I decided to artificially create some light. So it might look kind of weird. I don't care because my webcam doesn't automatically adjust like my camera does. But anyway, Meatballs, have fun with this one. I got it because the sequel was at the same place that I bought it at, so I thought I might as well get the first one and the second one. And I know I have the third one, Summer Job or whatever. I have that in Oklahoma, and I don't know if I have the fourth one. I think I might have that in Oklahoma as well, in storage. But I know I had the first two as well, but I decided just to pick them up again anyway, because I'm not going to get those anytime soon. But anyway, I have fun with this movie. I always remember Bill Murray. The whole scene where he's trying to psych up the basketball team and he's all like, it just doesn't matter. It just doesn't matter. So, yeah, Meatballs is a fun flick. So, there's the Meatballs, and then we have Meatballs Part II, which I've heard is notoriously horrible. I've seen clips of this. Words can I express how shitty this movie looks? Movie with basically it's a Rocky parody mixed with E.T. Those two don't blend and don't mix and don't work. I was planning on maybe reviewing the Meatballs movies for this summer, but then I got really caught up with some things, so that didn't happen. Because really think about it, perfect movies to review during the summer are like the Meatballs films, with the theme song, are you ready for the summer? So I don't know, maybe someday down the road I'll review them, but for at the moment, basically I'll wait till I get the copies of the third and fourth one. If I do get physical copies of the third or fourth one anytime soon, whenever I get around to reviewing some more comedy series, I'll give these a look. But yeah, it looks pretty bad. And I know Paul Rubens is in this as well, in an early role, as you can see right there. So anyway, this Meatballs Part II. As you can see, there's a UFO on the cover there, popping out of the school bus. So that's Meatballs Part 2. Here we have another full moon flick that I've been really curious about for years, and it's a film called Shrieker. If you hear it, it's too late. I got it because for one, it was cheap, and I don't know, the creatures always kind of appealed to me, the two-headed monster, and it's also got a video zone on it, which is always worth it. Although the movie, I saw the trailer, it doesn't look like the greatest thing ever, but this is a direct-to-video movie, so if I can just get somewhat entertained by it, then it's probably, more than done what it was supposed to. So that's Shrieker.